Hello, it's a beautiful day once again. This is Prince with Uphill Global Concerts. Today, I want to share with us some tips on how to start a business in Nigeria and in most of African countries. Okay, you all know that Uphill Global Concerts goes beyond visa services. We are into branding, we are into business strategy, and a whole lot. So today I'm not talking about visas or travels or admissions. I'm talking about business, the corporate business. Many people have different ideas. Many people have different desires to start a business in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Togo, in Kenya, in Rwanda, in most countries. Okay. But they're unable to proceed with this because they lack knowledge, adequate information in proceeding. So I'll be sharing with us some things you need to do so as to start a business using Nigeria as a reference point. This is applicable to many African countries and even Europe and US. It's applicable, but let's just stick with Nigeria as a reference point. All right. From my experience as a person who assists people register companies, businesses in Nigeria, and having one myself, okay, I'll be sharing experience from my own understanding how you can own a business in Nigeria. Now, you have to first decide the structure of business you want to own in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Ghana, anywhere. You have to decide the structure of business. Do you want to start afresh and new? Do you want to start by registering a company, a business afresh? Or you want to acquire businesses? You want to acquire an established and already existing company or business? Or you want to have a sort of merger? You want to merge your business with another business that is already established? Whatever the case is, you can do any of these, okay, in Nigeria and in other countries. But I'll be sticking with starting a business afresh as a new incorporation, as a new entity. So we'll skip this part of deciding what you want to do. You want to start, you want to merge, you want to take over a business, buy over a business. So we'll skip that. We'll go into the types of companies, businesses you can register in Nigeria. Of course, you know the organization, the institution saddled with the responsibility of registering companies and businesses in Nigeria is called the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC for short, okay? They are the ones responsible for reservation of business name, registration of business name, and all that. So there are different types of category. There are limited liability company, LTD. There are unlimited liability company. There are company limited by guarantee. There are business name that is proprietorship or partnership, that is incorporated trustees, that is for non-charity organization, or for charity organizations, NGO, that is non-government organizations. Those are people who are not expected to be earning profit, okay? Profit, it's a charity organization. Churches fall into it, some associations fall into it, many things like Rotary clubs, NGOs generally fall into this category of incorporated trustees. Okay, so you decide which you want. If you want to get a business name, you should be a sole proprietor, okay, or you have somebody else you want to partner with. There are advantages and disadvantages of this. One of the advantage of business name sole proprietor is because it's cheaper. Okay, it's cheaper to register. It's not stressful, and it's for small businesses. Small businesses. Let's say you have a salon. Let's say you have a little boutique. Let's say you have a grocery store. Let's say you have any business, maybe an aluminum business, fabrication business, that's just you running it. You can go for sole proprietorship, all right? The disadvantage of this is that it is not transferable. There is no succession for sole proprietorship business name. Once the owner dies, the owner and the business name is regarded as one and the same, okay? Once the owner dies, that's the end. Unlike company, limited liability company and the rest that is having a succession plan. For limited liability company, you have the board of directors, you have the shareholders. You can be a shareholder and not be a director. Okay, you can be a director and not be a shareholder. Shareholders are people who have stake percentage in the company. If the company has 100% shares, somebody may have 5, somebody may have 2, somebody may have 10, somebody may have 50, somebody may have 90 or 80, depends. Now we move. The other stage for this is reservation of name. As I said, CAC is started the responsibility of reserving name. Most people start the business for months, for years, without reserving their name with the CAC. And when they are ready to reserve their name, somebody else has taken the name or similar names. And one of the problems with this is that similar names will be flagged down. So if you are trying to reserve a name that has a similar existing name, it can be flagged down. So it's always better before you start your business at all, try to register your business as a business name, as a company, or whatever. Try to do that. Then the other step after you've successfully reserved your name, your business name or company, needs to move ahead to registering the name. Okay, you can register it still with CAC. Then the next step you can do is to determine your share structure. Okay, if it's a company, determine while you are filing with CAC for registration who has certain percentages. Okay, who has 5, who has 10, who has 20, who has 80, who has 90, and thereabouts. Then after you've done that, CAC, the next thing you should do is to register with regulatory agencies like NAFDAC. Okay, if you are a pharmaceutical company, with NAFDAC. If you are into film production, register with the relevant agency for film production. If you are into petroleum services, register with the appropriate agency. Okay, because CAC registration is one thing, regulatory agencies are another thing. The next step is business location. Okay, business location. Sometimes it's advisable to have gotten your business location before you go ahead with registering with CAC, because in the CAC form during the application process you are asked for your office address. Okay, but if you don't have an office address, you can just put maybe your home address or any office, a temporary office address, while registering with CAC. But after this, you need to get a business location for your office. Now, the type of company, the amount of staff you require determines the location you get. Your capital determines the location you get. All right. If you are having a low budget, don't go to a highbrow area. So this whole thing plays a big factor. Then after that, you talk about employment contracts. You talk how to employ staff, how to recruit them, their salary, their packages, rules, regulation, and all that thing. That is what you do while you have passed the stage of registration, having a business premises, then your staffing. Of course, part of your staffing is your management. You can always contract recruitment agencies to help you with your staffing, all right? Especially if you are a small business or you have a lot on your plates as a company that you don't have that time or manpower to do recruitment processes. Then there are other things you can do basically. Then after your staffing, you must be sure of building your brand. Okay, be sure of building your brand. Your marketing department must be top notch. You must study the market. Even before you register your company, you must have studied the market, of course. At your level, you must have studied the market, know the kind of business you want to go into, know the kind of things expected of you in that business, then know the services you're providing. Those are the things you need to know before you start. Then even after you've started, your marketing department helps you in reaching out to customers. Okay, so there must be synergy between human resources, between your employees, between marketing departments, between the risk and assessment departments, and of course those that conceive ideas for the company. I always advise, please try to register your company before you start anything. It's easy, it's very easy. You know, registering your company and putting it in the corporate world makes you serious about it. It makes you serious about your business. Otherwise, you would just be so non-concerned. You take things nonchalantly. Truthfully, the more you invest in your business and your company, the more success you get. I hope this teaches you a lot today. Have a lovely day.